Hello everybody, and welcome to Leave It Alone. As you might expect, this game is all about picking up leaves. The leaves, actually, that you see on the screen right now. And it's pretty slow going, from what I understand it, initially, and then it's one of those games where you buy upgrades sequentially. The more and more leaves that you pick up, the more and more money you get, and eventually we are going to clean up this entire yard. Aside from that, I don't know what to expect from this game, but I've seen really good things about it, and a lot of people have actually streamed and made videos on this, so I wanted to get in on this and see for myself. So come along with me, let's pick up some leaves. Now I know that we're starting off very slow, so... my head hurts so much! I fell into a coma yet another time, and doctors still can't figure out why. And how come there are so many leaves in here again? Will I ever manage to clean up this cursed yard? Alright. So I fell into a coma, and apparently I did not expect leaves to be there, for some odd reason. I don't even know how long I was out. Whatever. Pick up the leaves and dump them one by one to unlock the bag tying ability by cleaning up the entire porch and throw it all at once. I don't know the phrase of that is interesting. Okay. Your glorious companions. Let the inlets do the heavy lifting. They suck up nearby leaves and convert them into sheck leaves, the in-game currency. Use a rake or leaf blower to herd leaves into inlet's range, and then watch your pockets grow. Okay, so here we are. Bunch of leaves. Let's just start somewhere. Oh wow, none of these are decoration. Every single leaf is clickable to use. All right, let's pick up the maximum number of leaves, and then I guess we toss them in that bin right there. This is as slow as you think it is. All right, so we're at maximum 50, as you can see on the bottom left there. Toss them all in, and we got 3 whole pennies. So we earned something. Go shed shopping and find a way into the garage. Don't hurry unless you can. All right, and we also have our upgrades page. So Greedy Grasp, I'm assuming, is going to be our very first one because it is the cheapest one. 10%, 10 cents will get us the ability to grasp 2 leaves at a time. So let's get it going. Oh, okay. We had enough. I just had to click and hold. So let's pick up our Greedy Grasp, and now... Oh, look at that. Twice the leaf cleaning action. Nothing that any of us expected. So our next upgrade... Oh, we could do, Dexterity. Or Fluid Picker. Ooh, I do like Fluid Picker. I'm gonna do Fluid Picker. I'm gonna do that one next, so that way I can just, instead of having to repeatedly click like this, I can actually just click and hold. So now we can just click and hold, rather than repeatedly clicking, and look at that. Now, unfortunately, it's still pretty slow, but hey, it's something. And in you go. We should have enough to at least get Dexterity, so we got Dexterity now. Ooh, it is a little bit faster. It does make quite a bit of difference there. Imagine if you had to do this every day during the fall. I have a neighbor near me that is very much like this. He goes outside every single morning with one of those little gophers, the little clampy gopher things, you know, with the little trigger. And he goes out every morning, and anything that has fallen on his lawn during the day or overnight, he will clean up one at a time with the gopher and put it into a little bucket. I don't know if that's just his catharsis in some way, if it's his zen moment, but that is exactly how he cleans up his yard. His yard is quite immaculate, I'm not gonna lie, but it's still, it feels a little over the top in my opinion. But all right, now we're up to how many leaves? 3? Yeah, we went from 2 to 3, so now we're doing 3 leaves at a time, picking them up quite quickly, but we keep reaching capacity. Oh, we have enough. Okay, let's do Dexterity. So that reduces the interval. Oh, look at that. Yep, that does go quite quickly. But like I said, we're reaching capacity quite fast now. I mean, I guess I don't have to really move very far from the leaf bin to do this. I could just stand by the leaf bin. In you go. Let's do Greedy Grasp. Let's increase Greedy Grasp a little bit more. That way we're going to be grabbing fistfuls of leaves here. Utter fistfuls. And we're up to 5 leaves at a time. I gotta admit, my landscaping business is off to a very slow start, but maybe in time, we'll get the hang of this thing. Like maybe some equipment of some sort. Okay, it does say to find a way into the garage. Now, I do remember seeing something that's saying, like, clean up all the leaves on the deck in order to get the bag tying ability. So maybe if I do that, I unlock something special. You know, what's funny is I have all these leaves in here, and yet I don't even see, like, any real trees in my yard. It's from all my neighbors' yards. Realistically, my neighbors should be helping this out with this here. Oh, look, there's like a... Oh, I'm guessing there's gonna be more photos, like, buried underneath these leaves as I start clearing them out. Oh, can I just use this? Oh, I need $7.49. I didn't even know these were here. Ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. You drag it around so the leaves stick to it, and eventually you got a nice little pile glowing. Sure, it's slow. It's slow, sure, but kind of relaxing, like leaf therapy. Okay, I can't afford that. That's $50. Just aim, press, and watch the leaves scatter. It's fast, loud, and way more satisfying than it probably should be. Great for clearing big areas quickly. Ooh, medium leaf bag. Well, that's nice. I have that ability now. Anything else? Oh, did that open the garage? Oh, that's really nice. I didn't even realize that little leaflet was there. So if I get the leaves close to that, as I had read earlier, then I can click on those and it'll suck them up, and I'll still get the money for them. So for $3.50, I can now do Greedy Grasp or Dexterity. I'll do Greedy Grasp. For those of you that have been here before, you know I do usually like to opt for the larger or more expensive options first. That way I don't have to worry about getting them later. And one last handful up here. Okay, so unlock bag tying ability. Let's pick up enough leaves to fill a full bag. And I could tie a bag, grab it, toss it in there. Ah, that's nice. So that way I don't have to keep running back to get rid of them. I could just keep getting a whole bunch of bags out here and then pick those up later. Get in there, get all the little nooks and crannies of all those leaves. Ooh, what's down the well? Can I crank that up? Can I throw the bag? Can I throw a bag down there? No. Oh, I made it in. Now, I'm kind of curious about this rake situation here, so I think I'm going to try to save up for the rake. Honestly, the fact that I cleaned up all of this so far just by hand kind of is a little crazy here. All right, so let's see what happens when we rake it up here. Okay, kind of moves them towards where I need them to go. That is helping with at least the leaf inlet thing. I would love to have more of those leaf inlet things. So we need a big pile of leaves. We need a big pile of leaves. Come on, you leafy boys. Like, I don't know how close-knit this pile of leaves has to be for me to jump into it. Okay, that feels like it's got to be a pretty big pile of leaves, right? Is that not enough leaves? Is it not piled enough? I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what... 698. So I need another 300 leaves over here. Maybe we have to run up and jump? That has more leaves in it. I don't understand. Let me try getting a couple more in there. Okay, this ought to be enough leaves by now. 741? How is that only 741? Okay, maybe they have to be really, really, like, densely packed. Seriously, it's only 741? Oh my god. Alright. Be right back. This is as tedious as you think it is. 951! I was so close! But surely, this has got to be enough leaves right here. You know, I bet you any money this was probably, like, a much easier task than I made it out to be. Come on, man. That's gotta count. There's a big pile of leaves. Let's... There we go. I feel accomplished, and yet so sad. Okay, now that we have the ability to throw our bags, maybe I can, like, throw from, like, super far away. Let's see what happens. Oh, my throwing ability is terrible. Alright, in you go. At least it recognizes these as the driveway leaves, because I raked them all from the driveway. Although, interesting that they coded it that way. So, like, each individual leaf is coded to a specific area. I find that very, very fascinating. Let's save up a little bit more, because we could just do Greedy Grasp, and then we'll have, like, the maximum amount. Oh, that does fill up much faster. Holy lord. Well, actually, we could just let's do the raking from over here. Get that over to the leaf inlet, and then we'll we'll be in a good spot. We should be making a little bit more money. It's weirdly cathartic. It's like, I don't know if it's just like satisfying or what it is. Hell, you'll be damned to get me raking in real life. But this is kind of interesting to do it. Isn't that weird how games are like that? Like if you're doing chores of some sort in game, you never really mind doing it. Like if you're playing The Sims, for example, you're just doing like a life simulator thing, but half the things that you're doing in The Sims, you'd never want to do in real life. It's just like, oh man, this is way too tedious for me to do in real life. But then you tell your sim to do it, or you do some sort of menial task, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine with doing that for hours and hours on end. Go in there. Go. How is this one leaf eluding? How is it eluding? Ooh. We increased our move speed a little bit. That's kind of nice. Now, we can repair this. Might as well. Amazed how far we've actually come. Considering that we started picking up leaves one by one initially. I don't know what to do with the garage door yet, because I did have there was a button there. Tie bags full of leaves, find a way into the garage, collect mysterious photos, hit the basket with everything you can. Like, okay, what happens if I get a whole bag full of leaves, right? And then I throw it at the basket. How many times do I have to do that? Okay, that only counts as one, so we need something else that we can pick up. No, I can't like physically pick up the ball. I can only roll it around. Alright, still haven't figured out how to get in the driveway. Or the garage, I should say. Oh! Oh, do I have to run over there? Okay, let me run over there. Maybe I'll make it there in time. Don't you close. No. No! I need to be faster. I need to be faster. No, I'm just not fast enough. Ugh. Okay, fine. Let me pick up some more leaves out here. Maybe we can buy some sort of upgrade. Or we could wedge open that door or something. That basket, there's a basketball in there. I did see that, so that's something we could use to get that hoop. That hoop thing. Ooh, our leaf value went up. That's nice. Should be checking out these upgrades that I have here. So that was 250. So what upgrades we got? We could do dexterity, sweep radius. Let's do dexterity. We'll max out our hand leafing. You know, every time I keep thinking to myself, there's not much more fast, like quickly that this could go. But then the dexterity proves me wrong again. Somehow. Okay, well, I unlocked the sprint. Ooh, okay. So I unlocked the sprint ability, which should be very helpful for actually getting into the garage. So let's press that button. Garage door's open. Let's run. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's hoop dreams. Yeah. Hey, can I get through this door? Oh, I can. Oh, dear. There's still so many leaves. And there's leaves in the basement! And this is $6 to repair. See, the thing is, there's also, like, I'm not just lazy when it comes to leaf raking. Also, there's benefits to leaf raking. Like, I know that it's very beneficial to the environment in general. This place is overrun with leaves. I'll tell you, the tires are not making it easy for me to reach. I'm pretty tired of them. Please don't unsubscribe. Okay, so anyway, I'm tired of this. We're leafing. Whoa, money is pouring in now. That was like $7 right there in like short order. I'm assuming that leaf blower is really going to come in handy at some point if I could save up the money for it. Oh yeah, now that we got a couple of them rake upgrades, it is making quite a difference. Before, the rake kind of sucked compared to using your hands, but now, like, look at this. The money's just pouring in from this. I wonder if there's like, I'm gonna bet money. Not actually, but I'm gonna bet money that there's an achievement for doing this entire game without any upgrades at all. I can only imagine how long that would take. Ooh. Nice. Yeah, excuse me. Excuse me. It's banging into my shins over here. Oh, look at the damage down here. We have tuna, we have a gnome. Oh, and there's a vent. How eventful. We're up to $26. I'm really tempted to just kind of like see if I can brute force it until we can get the leaf blower. You know, raking these leaves, I'm really glad there's actually no wind because, dear God, where I live, it's been insanely windy the last few days. So it's like, even if you did bother raking leaves out in your front lawn or anything like that, they would just get blown everywhere. And I can only imagine how frustrating this game would be if they added a wind element. Bam. Leaf blower secured. Well, as the rake was when it first started out, it's a little underwhelming, but I'm sure with some upgrades, this is going to become a great boon for me. How much do the upgrades cost for this thing anyway? $28? $15? $10? Jesus. A very heavy leaf density down here. Like, I would not expect this many leaves to have actually accumulated in the basement, but for some reason, they have. Like, just in this tiny little corner, there's like 500 leaves. Ooh, nice. My leaf valuation went up. So now it's even worth more money. My grandma used to have this really, really hilly backyard that was in 3 tiers. It was very odd. Like, they had like 3 retaining walls, but they were very like, it was a very steep hill, but it didn't feel like it was under any risk of actual collapse. But she also had these really tall trees at the very back of her yard. And every fall, they would just fall and scatter throughout this incredibly steep backyard. And trying to help her rake these leaves was just like a nightmare. It was just so frustrating to try to get it to like a movable location, you know, where they like being able to actually like bag them up in a reasonable way that didn't feel like you were gonna fall straight on your face because of how steep the hill was. It was really, really difficult. So we oftentimes ended up saving big piles of leaves because we also smoked kielbasa, and we would use those as fire starters. Now, granted, they would be oftentimes very smoky and weren't very good for flavor, but they were always a really good way to start the actual fire up. And we used to just do a very primitive way of like making a smoker. Like we had an actual barrel that was what we used to we used like a broomstick to hang the kielbasa from. We hung it inside of a barrel that literally had cutouts where the broom would lay, and then we had like big metal sheets that we laid across some cinder block. These big metal sheets we would put over some cinder block, and then we would build the fire underneath the metal sheets and between the cinder block, kind of like a primitive, like, you know, oven of some sort, and then we would put the burn barrel on one end, and all the smoke would travel up there. How am I supposed to get on the shed roof? Leaf, love, laugh. Like, can I like run and leap? Oh. Or I could just use the door. The door is a benefit. Alright, let's see if we can make it from here. Oh, very close. Alright, we're gonna pick it up and we're gonna try it again. Come on. Nice. That count? How far? Ah, it was only 10 Really? I have to do another 5 meters? Where in the world am I throwing these things from? Okay, so this is like the furthest I can go back, but I don't think I can... Yeah, that's just gonna fall short. Nah. No, I don't think that's... At least from there, I don't think it's possible. So maybe there's like a spot that's gonna be much more achievable for this. Because that's really close, but that's not... I can't... That's not an additional 5 meters. Nice. So we unlocked the grill. How does it keep happening like that, where I'm only 2 leaves short? Okay, so here's where we're... Got another photo. Excellent. Oh. $15. Alright, well that seems worthwhile, though. Look at all... Look at the money just pouring in here. Am I able to make a basket with that? With this? Really? Alright, let's try it. Let's go try to throw this in the basketball hoop. Yeah! That count? Yep. Alright, so we got that at least. It is quite nice. Like, once you start getting a flow of things, it is a quite nice feeling. It does have the very power wash simulator kind of feel to it, you know? You know what I've seen more and more of is when kids are starting to, you know, offer to do shoveling and leaf raking nowadays to, like, earn a little bit of money, which is nice. You know, like, back when I was young, that used to be a very commonplace thing. And then it fell out of practice. You know, it became common practice to just pay, like, a professional to do it or something. But now it's nice to see, like, neighborhood kids trying to earn a couple extra dollars here or there. Ugh, getting everything out from the corners is very annoying. Get those leaves off the table. 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 Suck them up. Shuck them up. Chuck those leaves up. I'm working on the jingle. It hasn't really come to fruition in a way that I want it to yet, but, you know. It's weird how much the weather has changed over the course of years. I feel like the seasons have kind of rotated a bit. They used to be like when September started to hit, that's when it was starting to get really cold, right? And then eventually it was kind of like wintertime kind of fell from like November to January, February-ish, and like at the like mid-February it started to warm up a little bit. But now it feels like winter doesn't really start until like mid-December. And that's when it becomes like consistent with its colder temperatures. And then winter like holds on until like April now, you know? That's kind of crazy how the seasons kind of like rotated where they actually fell in the year now. I feel like a lot of people expect when it comes to like Christmas or something, it's like once Christmas hits, they're just like, okay, winter's over now. And it's like, no, winter is actually like just beginning for the most part. I hate to tell you. But I guess that's when most people get like sick of winter. I love the cold. I'm good with cold weather. But the thing that's really funny to me is that like everybody seems to think that because I enjoy cold weather that I like all types of cold weather. Like thinking, you know, if it's negative 30 degrees outside and 60-degree winds, so it makes it even colder. People are like, don't you love the cold? I'm like, no. If you like the warmth, you don't like it to be 135 degrees and like a hot wind, do you? No. So I don't like cold at every temperature. I just enjoy the cooler temperatures in general. Like I like the snow. I like the cold. But I don't like it when it hurts my face. The other day I took my dog for a walk and my hands got so cold I ended up having to alternate putting one hand in my... I didn't have gloves at the time. And I had to alternate putting one hand in my pocket at a time and then holding everything else for the dog in my other hand and then switching off between those hands simply because my knuckles were getting so brutally cold. I was losing feeling in my hands. And ultimately that led me to get a pair of windproof gloves and also some hand warmers that I could keep in my pockets. Because and that's just only gotten worse as I've gotten older. You know, I'm expecting that my cold temperature tolerance will kind of falter as I get older, but for now, you know, I still enjoy the cold, still enjoy my cold weather antics. Okay, now we unlock the greenhouse. I don't know where the greenhouse is. Is it showing this little handy-dandy map somewhere? That's the greenhouse. Oh, it's all the way on the other side of the house. Oh my goodness, okay. Well, let's clean up this patio area first. There we go. Nice little chunk of change out of that. And can't tie up the bag, but that's fine. Oh, gray leaves. Oh, gray. Oh. No longer gray. Airstream width. There we go. I'll be honest, doesn't feel like the Airstream is that much wider. Okay, it does seem to be working quite a bit better. Nice pumpkins, though. I like the pumpkins. They grew in quite well this year. My pumpkins grew really well this year for some reason. Last year, they grew terribly. I don't know what the deal was with that, but they really were... I only managed to get one pumpkin, and it turned into, like, a mutant. Like, it didn't even really grow into an actual pumpkin, but this year I got something like 15 beautiful pumpkins, one of which is, like, turned into the perfect pumpkin. Oh my goodness, this takes forever. Alright, let's get some of these leaves out from over here. They are all over creation. Come on out of there. Get out of there. Alright, and then we'll leaf blow in that general direction. There's that. Woof, this greenhouse is taking a lot longer than I expected it to. What are they... What does that mean? When they turn gray... Oh! Oh! I didn't realize there was a maze here. I guess that's to differentiate where the leaves are... Like, the different leaves are coming from. Let's go check out this, this maze. I'm kind of curious now. I want to see what the maze is all about. It's actually easier with this narrow pathway, because you kind of just corral the leaves in the direction that you want them to go, as opposed to like getting scattered everywhere when they're in all the other locations, you know? Alright, let's see what this secret room's about before we get too far. Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. My HUD is gone. Where in the world is this thing going? This is all underneath my house? Is this how I got into a coma in the first place? What? Are they making leaf people? What is happening? Oh, I got almost all the achievements. I should have. Man, okay. So what other ones do we have here? Earn an immense number of Shek leaves. Complete the game without repairing any leaf inlets. Complete the game in under 40 minutes. Oh my god. Listen, I didn't do terrible. I didn't do awful. Rank 71,700. Unexpected. Unexpected. Well, listen, I'm not going to try to get all the rest of the achievements there because I don't think it's physically possible, especially with the amount of the sheck leaves that I would have to get, and that would be 40 minutes is a very short amount of time. I don't know how you would accomplish that. I genuinely have no idea. This is our lovely little property. It's all nice and clean of leaves now, and there's horrible squirrels living beneath it that are making leaf people and or converting people from people to leaves because we were strapped into a chair, which I presume was going to be our fate. So, if you would like to check out this game yourself, I'm going to link it down below. It's only a couple dollars on Steam, and I highly recommend it. It's kind of fun, and I really, it's got like a power wash simulator feel to it, where even though it's like a little bit tedious, you do get that sense of accomplishment and success as you start to unlock things and as you make further progression in the game. So I really enjoyed my time with it. I think that this is well worth looking into, and maybe you'll find some secrets that I did not manage to find, or get all the achievements that I did not manage to get. Yeah, regardless, I do hope that you enjoyed watching Leave It Alone with me today. And if you like this sort of game, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up down below, and feel free to leave a comment about what you thought about the game, and if you have any other game suggestions for me. I'm always open to new ideas. I explore all sorts of different games, so nothing is off the table when it comes to any sort of game suggestion. And if you're new here and you like my content, feel free to subscribe. I have all sorts of content on my channel, not just this, but I have horror games, and fun narrative experiences, one-offs, series, all sorts of content for you to consume, so feel free to check out my page for more stuff like this. In any case, I'm Mr. Suspicious, this was Leave It Alone, and I hope you enjoyed your time with me today, and look forward to seeing the next video, whatever that might be. But for now, I hope you all take care.